Brad Ocock, the owner of the Northeast Georgia Swap Meet, promoter of the Gear Jam Vintage Drags. Prior to that, I worked for car magazines for about 20 years as an editor, feature writer, tech editor, and photographer, and as a full-time freelancer. I also spent several years working for one of the largest automotive aftermarket companies and suppliers in the country. I've spent my entire adult life working for, supporting, and promoting the automotive hobby and drag racing. My first exposure to drag racing and the whole hobby came when I was 8 years old and I met my uncle at the drag strip for the first time at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove, Wisconsin. My mom has said I was never the same since then, and I've been a car guy ever since. As we all know, the Atlanta Dragway is closed. It's been sold. This isn't speculation. There's no Hail Mary. The ink is dry on the contract. They're going to start dozing it in the end of October. It has not been bought by a group of investors that are going to keep racing going. It's just done. This isn't good for our hobby. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for the state. And it's not good for me, to be honest with you. Now, if I wanted to, it would be real easy for me to go find 20 or 30 or 40 acres, smooth it off, and keep doing my swap meet there every month. That's not as good for the hobby as it should be. It'll be fine for me, but it's not good for the hobby. It's certainly not good for racers. So, my goal is to build a new drag strip. Right now I'm looking at Gresham Motorsports Park here in Jefferson. It's about 10 miles away from the existing track. I have a plan B and a plan C in case Gresham falls through. Gresham used to have, at one time, a long time ago, an 8th mile track on it. The foundation is still there, but it needs to be completely done from scratch. They also have a round track, and they've got a dirt go-kart track that would need to be restored as well. This is my goal. This is what I'm shooting for. The problem is, I can't do it without your help. The buy-in for Gresham is really high. I've talked with the same company that repaved the top end of Atlanta Dragway. They've done Gainesville. They've done several other tracks. They know how to lay concrete for a drag strip. I've gotten prices from them. I've talked to grading companies. I've talked to blacktop companies. It's going to be well over $1.5 million with timing towers, and everything needed to do a drag strip the right way. And I'm not interested in doing it any other way than the right way. This means concrete barriers, no Armco barriers. This means a quality starting line. This means quality timing equipment. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way I'm going to do it. But I can't do it without your help. I am not good at asking for help. I'm certainly not good at asking for money or passing the hat. But that's exactly what I have to do right here. Now, I'm not asking everybody to help fund the whole project. That's completely unreasonable and unnecessary. What I am asking for is help getting a healthy down payment so that I can take it to the banks and show them that this is a viable project. Now, to that end, I've been working with the Small Business Development Center at the University of Georgia for the last 9 months, putting together a business plan. We would be running all the kinds of events that the Atlanta Dragway was never able to do or never willing to do. We'd have a big money bracket race. We'd have grudge racing. We'd have a Thursday night test and tune for slick tire cars, Friday night test and tune for street tire cars. We'd have motorcycle drag races. In short, we'd have just about everything that a drag strip is supposed to have. The other side of the property is the round track. They haven't had a race there in over 5 years. We would be bringing that back. We would be doing drifting events there. We'd be doing a truck tug of war there. We would also be doing car shows. There aren't nearly enough big marquee specific car shows in the Southeast, so we'd be doing that. With the go-kart track, it's a half-mile dirt track for go-karts. We'd be reconstituting that. We'd also then be able to do flat track motorcycle racing. Really, the ideas are endless, but we have to get it off the ground. So what I'm asking for is a donation from all of the enthusiasts, people on my list for the swap meet, and for the drag racing community, as well as small businesses in the area that will benefit from it. So what I'm asking for is for you to think in your own world. If the swap meet goes away, what does that mean for you? Well, everybody will be able to fill the hole, but probably not as well. Everybody would be affected. The hobby would be affected. If you're a drag racer, what does that mean for you? Well, the Closest track is going to be 2 hours away. Think about just what your fuel costs will be next year alone, driving an additional 2 hours there and 2 hours back. Keep those in mind and ask yourself, what are you willing to throw in to help us get this off the ground? I'm looking for about $500,000, which I think would be enough to show the banks that we're serious. It would be enough to show Gresham that we're serious, and it would be enough to show City of Jefferson and Jackson County that we're serious. It would be enough to show the hobby that we are in fact serious and that we're going to do this. So if you can help, we really appreciate it. If you can get all your friends to help, we really appreciate it. If you can help us spread the word on this whole thing. Again, this is something we can't do without you. We'll do it, but we have to have your help. Thanks. Hey, something occurred to me after I shot the video. I didn't think to say it before. I have always taken care of my racers. I always paid the full purse that I advertised, even when only one car showed up, even when I lost my ass in the race. I've always taken care of my swap meet vendors, and I'm going to continue doing everything just the exact same way. So, if this whole thing implodes, it's not going to. If it does, everybody's going to get a full refund. I don't know how to do things any other way. I sleep really well at night. I can look all of you in the eye. So, again, if it implodes, and again, it's not gonna, but if it does, full refunds. Thanks.